So I just felt like talking a little bit about my life journey here a little bit. It's usually when around 4 o'clock, I'm sitting, smoked weed and meditating. This is the perfect time, like 3 to 4 a.m. Anyway, and I get the urge to say shit. When I first stumbled upon, when my life experience first showed me that there might be something more hidden for real in this reality, that something else is going on. And I started trying to figure it out, which is about the time I started playing guitar, got my first apartment by myself. I started locking myself away practicing guitar and watching old Hendrix and Morrison documentaries. And then the old Bob Dylan got me to actually watch those other guys, even though I knew about all these guys already. I really got into learning, figuring out what the fuck is going on here. And so I came across, the old physics books. I would go looking for old these things to read, learning about, everything anyone learns about when they start getting into this. I'm going to use the word spirituality, although I don't want to use it. But it gets the point across. I looked into, this is like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, like quantum physics, and started watching all these space documentaries and weird shit, and slowly started getting shown stuff about how we create our own reality. And then slowly, I didn't really believe any of this shit. I'm just sifting and sorting and trying to research as much as I can and see what kind of rings true. I didn't really know I was doing that at the time, but as I look back, that's what I was doing. And so I knew for sure reality wasn't what I thought it was for the first half of my life. Just real life, like, stuff happening. I think that my first notion of that was when I was like, well, it's just weird that we just happen to be floating around the sun at the perfect space and everything's perfectly geometrically. I think I was a young kid when I thought about that, but that's as far as it went. Anyway, so I slowly got into people like Abraham Hicks, which I would have thought was crazy years ago. I was like, no way. Bashar. And they would say stuff to me, and it's like I would want to believe it, or I kind of felt it was true, but when I would practice it in real life, it was not, it didn't seem like I wasn't getting something right. So I was years listening to Abraham, because I have something about the stuff she was saying. It seemed right. Some of the stuff didn't seem crazy, but something about it. The more I listened to it, the more I would try to practice it, and I didn't quite seem right. I didn't quite get what she was saying. She's all about just, same as Bashar, focusing on your guidance, which is, he will say highest excitement, and she will say whatever. I don't know, I haven't listened to them really for a long time, other than if I happen to run through them on my Facebook reels. I used to be religious into them for years. Just listen to them meditate, listen to them meditate, listen to them. I'm like, I gotta figure this out. They got something right, and I'm gonna figure it out. So that went on for a while, but slowly, my life slowly started to show me. It's like you had to ask the question genuinely. So way back before I started listening to Hendrix, doing drugs and guitar and figuring out something's going on here. Before that, I think I asked a question somewhere. I think I was getting into music. I wanted to know how some people just have that charisma, or that weird, they just got something about it. It might not even be good to you, and you're like, nah, but I want to watch them. I'm intrigued. There's something about them. They have some kind of realness to them. And I think that was just the question I asked. And so I think, looking back, that is the question that sparked a bunch of change in my life. The universe was like, he wants to know that question. We have to give him a whole different life for him to figure out that question. And of course, they want to give me that life because that's what they want me to know. They want all of us to learn this shit. But that's when my life turned. I just started going crazy. I think I was already probably like drinking heavy then before that, so that didn't change. But I added different drugs, and I was experimenting with all kinds of stuff because I wanted to get these experiences that people said they had, or something at least similar. So I'd be like, okay, you know, they're not bullshitting, like Terrence McKenna and a bunch of other people. What's his name? Bald headed dude. Ram Dass. He's not the ones I usually listen to, Ram Dass, but he has some good stories. I like a good story. That's why I like Terrence McKenna too. He has some good life stories. Anyway, life. So this rearranged my life to have every incident that I ran into, be it good or bad, slowly redirect me, because they know the way I think and where I'm at, to then ask new questions or figure certain things out, or let go of certain beliefs to get this. But I didn't know this was going on. But eventually you run into enough synchronicities, which I didn't know was a thing at the time, that your life starts to teach you, and then you start to know what Abraham was saying, but experientially. Like, you're not just lip servicing it. You're not just saying, oh, you know, whatever, anything I want can come to me. You're not just saying it. Wake up in the morning and just saying that. Because if you don't believe it, you're just fooling yourself. And you're going to run into some regret or some shame or something that you haven't cleared up. So you have to let life then show you and teach you and give you all the perfect little experiences to then like, hey, now I get it. And but I had to experience it. And they say experience is the only teacher. This is what they're talking about. You can tell someone, lead a horse to water, all that shit. So they were teaching me. I knew something. I felt something was real, but I just couldn't get it. Years and years and years. So I kind of quit at it. I would meditate maybe once a month, if that, and just kind of went on with my life, trying to better myself. And little did I know, I got a new job and all this stuff, but that was all part of clearing out a bunch of the stuff that I had learned just by asking that question years ago, and the life experience that I accumulated to try to teach me that. I've already cleared myself out. That's why I was getting a new job, and that's why I built the bus and blah, blah, blah. And then, so now I believe it, right? Something happened about maybe 10 months ago that made me reevaluate some trauma, and finally clicked to me what they're saying when they say focus on your highest assignment, focus on yourself. It's almost shady because you get it wrong. It's literally focusing on your excitement, like the actual emotion. Don't focus on doing something to get excited. They say focus on your passion. You're like, oh, I better go play golf. Better go do some math or whatever you're passionate about. Better go fucking whatever. No. It literally means focus on your passion, your actual excitement, the actual feeling of it. I don't even, So I'm thinking about how these people, they're hearing, focus on your whatever. Abraham would say it the right way. But it's so hard to tell people because it's so easy to get it wrong. And everyone's saying the same thing, but everyone's same thing means something different to each person's mind. It's so crazy. Anyway, so a little bit of trauma reemergence taught me focus. So I've been literally learning and focusing on my emotions for like 10 months straight. And that clicked everything from the beginning question. I wanted to know why they got a certain sparkle in their eye. Why is that musician? Why is this, rearranged my life all the way to come to this point here where I say, oh, we create our reality and we just have to focus in the right area, which is your fucking emotions, your inner feelings. And it feels like nothing, like a wisp of it, and that's fucking ass. I was gonna say ass hair and eyelash at the same time. So pick which one you like better, because I couldn't choose. At first, and it seemed like it's crazy and it's dumb, and you're dumb and it's not making any sense, and you're gonna quit. But your life experience is still gonna keep trying to show you stuff to make that come around. And then eventually you'll get it. And you'll thicken that up through focus. And then you'll really prove, as your life starts changing or your things you're doing get easier, people start treating you differently. Whatever it is. And then that's like a extra stamp that will really lock it in for you to where you won't ever go back. Or if you do go back, it will feel so alien to you. Like, say you're going about your day and you start like having an argument in your head about to somebody that either is gonna happen or hasn't happened yet, and it clicks. Oh, and it feels wrong. Like, what is this? Ugh, ugh. Whereas before you just been just walking down the street arguing with this person in your head about what you should have said, what you could have said. Well, yeah, it's fucking, and you're just getting it, just fucking getting it, not knowing that, more you're focusing on that for that amount of time. It means that your next amounts of air times are gonna roll through on whatever cycles they're in. It's gonna give you more opportunities to think that way again, which means more people rubbing you the wrong way or whatever. You take that and go it for anything. I have 11 minutes. 111 actually, as soon as I looked at it, so I'm gonna, use that to cut it off. Those were my thoughts. I think I said way more than I wanted to say. Anyway, happy 4 a.m. And weed, guys. Weed.